talk to you. Um, so if you could speak about what it means bringing this event back to Yellowstone County for the first time in a good bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm Jake Penwell, Yellowstone International Air Show. My co-chair Matthew McDonald is also partnering with me on this. And years ago, the Blue Angels came to town, and I was just a young kid here in Billings growing up, and it had a tremendous impact on me watching the Blue Angels and just the precision, the excellence, the pride that they had, and how everybody else was just enamored with the things that they can do. I decided at that moment, and along with the original Top Gun coming out at that time, I decided at that moment that I was going to be in the Navy. And so the Blue Angels and air shows had a tremendous impact on me and my life, the trajectory of where I was going to go. Had an impact on eventually on my kids. My son now is in the Navy, and he's just killing it, and then he's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. So it's been a great impact, and air shows, I think they have a special place in our heart here in Billings. It's been a little over 20 years since we had our last one, and there's just, people are excited. People are very, very excited. Everybody we went to, as far as sponsorships or people that we needed, volunteers, etc., they have overly volunteered themselves to the point where we almost feel bad that we feel like we're asking too much of our community and our community leaders as well. But Intermountain stepped up. We just had a conversation with them, and they were eager to jump at it. So we were very excited to announce and have Intermountain come on board as well. So air shows, definitely important to myself, my family. I think extremely important to the community, as is demonstrated by the support from everybody. But having Intermountain come along our side as well has been that's been a blessing.
So Montana does have a very large military community, as you kind of spoke to there. Are you, hoping some of the young people who come out might be interested in maybe flying with the Blue Angels, or what?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if anybody, there's going to be very few people that get to fly with the Blue Angels. I don't even get to pick who they are, unfortunately, but I think the Blue Angels have an incredible opportunity to just demonstrate who they are, what they do, and they don't even have to try very hard. They just have to be themselves, and people are just enamored with them. And so I think the air shows, the military is for some people and it's not for others, but I want to open that door for those that maybe this would be a great spot for them. And the air show is not just military, it's also aviation. And so there's a lot of opportunities in the aviation world. There's a number of companies that are right here in Billings that are they're in the aviation industry. In fact, the plane right behind us is owned by one of the founders of the Billings Flying Service, Gary Blaine. And so this is just a great example on the successes that aviation can bring. And here we are, man. Who wouldn't want one of these in their backyard to go and play around? I had one of these, but it was about this big when I was a kid. So maybe someday I'll get this on my Christmas list, and we'll be able to have one.